Hey there, everybody. What's going on? It's me, Atlas, and oh boy, I got a special video today. Now, this video is definitely going to be one that I don't do often. Quite frankly, it's probably one that if I was to do again, I won't be able to do until next year. And it's me voting for the Game Awards. Now, for those of you who don't know, yesterday the Game Awards came out with their nominees for games that could potentially win awards at their ceremony. Now, for those of you who may not know what the Game Awards are, I bet a lot of you do. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's in the name. It's essentially the Oscars, but for video games. And usually I see the Game Awards as a very exciting time for gamers. A lot of exciting announcements have been made in the past. Like, usually, like, DLC or even full-blown games have been revealed at the Game Awards. And while some people have criticized, saying they don't care about the Game Awards and how, like, they play favorites and how some awards are rigged for certain games to win while others should get them. I still get excited for them just because I don't know, I get excited about the reveals. It's almost like a PlayStation State of Play or like a Nintendo Direct, you know what I mean? Like you kind of like on the edge of your seat to see what gets revealed and if like see what rumors are true. I'm the type of person where I get really excited when it comes to stuff like this and you know, luckily, me and some of my buddies are actually going to be watching this shit live. We're gonna get together on December 7th, and we're gonna watch the live stream live. And we kind of all have our own predictions. I think GTA 6 might make an appearance, especially with what Rockstar has came out and said recently. I definitely think it lines up with what they say. I wouldn't be surprised if it's either the first or the last thing they show at the Game Awards. I definitely think Hideo Kojima is going to come out with another trailer for Death Stranding 2, probably a release date, if I had to assume maybe a release date of 2024. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a trailer finally for Shadow of the Erdtree and a release date for that, because From Software just dropped like a teaser and just said, "Yep, work on Elden Ring DLC," like about a year ago now, and they've been radio silent. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get an update on that. But yeah, I mean, with that being said, I wanted to vote here because I think 2023 was probably one of, if not arguably, the best year in gaming we've had to date. Literally a bunch of solid back-to-back bangers have came out this year. There's been a couple games that may have not landed, but there's been way more games that have came out on top than failed, and I think this is what has been one of the most exciting years to be a gamer and one of the best, honestly. So I wanted to kind of throw my hat into the ring. I wanted to come in and give my thoughts. So this video is going to be a little bit more chill than what the average video would probably be. I'm just going to sit here and go through some of the categories. If we were to take a look, there's Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, what else? Best Performance, Best VR, Best RPG. Like, we have a couple of good categories here that I'm going to talk about. Some of these I'm going to have more knowledge on than others, and I'm just going to say I'm just going to say right now, these, like, Content Creator of the Year and Best Esports, I've already went through these categories, and I'm probably not going to vote for them, just because, and maybe, like, not Best, like, Racing or Sports, just because I'm not really knowledgeable on them, so I feel like it will be unjust for me to just vote for anybody or anything, just because especially if I'm not knowledgeable in it. But with that being said, let's get on with the voting. And we're going to start off with probably the biggest award going to be given out this year, which is the Game of the Year. And here we are. We got the Game of the Year. Now, I'm going to be truthful when I go through these categories, and I'm not going to cap. I've only played half of these games. I've only played half of these games. I've played Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, and Tears of the Kingdom. And it's actually funny because I'm playing through Tears of the Kingdom right now. I haven't even beaten it. I literally just started up this past weekend, so I guess technically 2.5 of these games I've played. I haven't played Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, or Super Mario Bros. I'm not gonna lie, if I have played these two, I probably would pick between Alan Wake 2 or Baldur's Gate 3. I played Alan Wake 1 like last month. Really enjoyed it, really liked it, and I would like Alan Wake 2, but it's only digital right now, and also because Christmas is coming around, I just decided that, you know, I should probably just wait to get this till it goes on sale. Same thing with Baldur's Gate. Well, Baldur's Gate 3's been out for a while, but, you know, I just haven't really gotten around to playing it. I've heard everyone, I think, everyone and their mom has said that Baldur's Gate 3 or Tears of the Kingdom is gonna win. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these two do win. But since I haven't played these 3 games, I'm not gonna vote for them. And also, this is potentially a hot take, but I also don't think, at least Game of the Year, should be won by console exclusives, or exclusive on one platform. I just don't think it's fair as a game. I don't know, it's one of those things where I feel like by now a lot of people have multi-console, or like have like more than one device to play games on. Like, I know a lot of people have PlayStation and PC, or, you know, have Xbox and Switch. But I feel like a game-winning Game of the Year, even though, yes, a lot of hard work does get put into all of these are all great games in their own right, I feel like console exclusives should not win Game of the Year just because then not everyone gets to experience them. You know, like, I mean, I think if majority of platforms have your game, then that's fine. But, like, you know, obviously, like, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3. But since Tears of the Kingdom's only on Switch and Spider-Man 2's only on PlayStation, I'm gonna have to vote for Resident Evil 4. I'm gonna have to choose Resident Evil 4 because the thing is that even though I'm choosing this one because I don't think, you know, console exclusives should get Game of the Year, I still think RE4 Remake was honestly one of the best games that came out this year. It's super fun. I think it literally defined what a remake should be. Like, it totally re-envisioned the original. Not only that, but I would say I am a fan of the Resident Evil series. I've played most of the mainline games. I've played pretty much all of them. And I would say Resident Evil 4 has always been a game that I wanted to love the original, but I just couldn't. And the remake came in and made me fall in love with it. Like, the original Resident Evil 4, I probably would give, like, a B. While the remake, I give, like, an S. You know, it does a lot of things right. Super replayable. I don't know. I know also DLC came out for it, which I haven't gotten the chance to get it, but... or I haven't played it yet, and I probably will here soon. VR, I know it's coming out with a VR mode supposedly in December, I think, which I'll probably play through the game in that. That would be pretty fun, but I think I'm just gonna go with Resident Evil 4. It's a solid choice. If I've played one of these two, I may have changed my mind, but Resident Evil 4 definitely is, it's great. It's fun. Now, next up we got is Best Game Direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction design. Man, so this is rough, right? Because I've heard a lot of things about specifically Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate 3, you know, but if we're talking about creative vision and innovation in game direction design, I kind of want to say Tears of the Kingdom, because even though I haven't beaten Tears of the Kingdom yet, I'm only like a little bit into the game. Everything that they've introduced, like the mechanics, like the building mechanics, able to fuse your weapons with, like, I don't know, like stone or like whatever you can find. Like, literally, like, I remember going through a cave and it's like a bunch of enemies appeared and literally, like, my stick was about to break. So literally, I ended up getting fuse out. And I fused a whole minecart onto my stick and I just whacked the shit out of the enemies. That shit's really cool. I think I'm gonna go with Tears of the Kingdom. Because while Spider-Man does mix some things up, I feel like Tears of the Kingdom does it a little bit better. So I'm gonna go with that. Now, Best Narrative. Now, this is rough. Oh, wait. Outstanding Storytelling Narrative? Oh, wait. I didn't know Final Fantasy 16 was here. Vote. Instantly. Instantly. The demo for Final Fantasy 16 literally fucking made me want to get the game. Like, with the mixture of gameplay and the story, Final Fantasy 16 hooked me, dude. I loved Final Fantasy 16. It's a damn shame that they didn't put it as a nominee for Game of the Year. I'm really surprised. Like, I've seen a lot of people say that too online. I've seen a lot of people say that they're surprised that they didn't nominate Final Fantasy 16 for Game of the Year. I think it deserves it. It's a great fucking game. It's really fucking good. Obviously, this or Spider-Man 2, I went with this. Yeah, I haven't gotten around to play Phantom Liberty. I want to, though. I love Cyberpunk, but I haven't gotten around playing Phantom Liberty. I think something else came out in September. I think this came out in September, and I think something else came out. Like, again, this year has been stacked on top of each other of games and, like, DLC, and it's, like, it's been wild. Like, there's so many good games and DLC that came out. It's, like, some months I had to choose one or the other what I wanted to play, just because I know I wouldn't have enough time for everything. But I definitely am going to check out Phantom Liberty at some point. But yeah, best story. I mean, again, if I have played Alan Wake 2, I probably would choose this. But since I haven't, I mean, dude, still, Final Fantasy 16. Good story. Has a good story. Best art direction. Oh, for outstanding creativity and technique, achievement, and artistic design and animation. Now, again, all these games are great. All of these games are great. I don't know what to say. Like, all of these games, like, have, like, their own reason why they look great artistically. Damn, yeah, dude, all these games look great. I've played 3 of these games. I've played Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, and The Legend of Zelda. But I will say off the bat, I'm gonna say Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush should win best art direction. The game literally looks like an animated comic. Like, it looks amazing. And I'm especially surprised because it dropped, I think, the same day it was announced, which is very rare for game devs to do. I've never really heard of anyone announcing a game and then dropping it the same day. Maybe some indie games. But this is made by Tango Gameworks, which are the same ones that made The Evil Within. So I'm very much surprised about this game dropping, but it is definitely worth the play. If you have Game Pass or anything, or, you know, Xbox, it may be on PlayStation, I don't know, but if you have Game Pass, I definitely recommend checking it out. It's an awesome game. It's like a music rhythm action game. Really good. Best score and music. Damn. I'm between, obviously, these 3. Damn, Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2, they have so many nominees. Good lord. See, I'm not gonna lie, I do like the Tears of the Kingdom music, but I'm between Final Fantasy 16 and Hi-Fi Rush, because here's the thing, right? Hi-Fi Rush is a game all around its music, right? Like, it's literally a music rhythm game. But Final Fantasy 16, though, has some pretty epic music for, like, its bosses and also just the sound design of, like, the open world and stuff. Ugh, man. This is tough. This is like a tough pick. I'm gonna pick Final Fantasy 16. I think Final Fantasy 16, I think its music is a banger. I love the soundtrack. Final Fantasy music always slaps. I have not played or I've not listened to a Final Fantasy soundtrack that does not hit. And this game, it freaking hits. It's good. It's good. Hi-Fi Rush is good too, but yeah, best audio design. Damn, so... Oh, Dead Space is here. I didn't know it was here. Dead Space, I can see, but I haven't installed, but I haven't played. I haven't played, again, Alan Wake 2. But Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man, or Resident Evil 4. Probably not Spider-Man, since, well, I guess the audio design is good. I mean, it's okay. Hi-Fi Rush, Resident Evil 4. I think I'm going to say Hi-Fi Rush. Just because, like, the whole point of the game is the music and timing of sounds. I think Hi-Fi Rush is way more important about its audio design. Resident Evil 4 does have all these games probably have some good audio design. These two probably have great audio design. All of them have good design, but I think I'm gonna go with Hi-Fi Rush, since I feel like Hi-Fi Rush is like, I don't know, it's built around that. Next up we got is Best Performance, and we have Ben. I know he plays as Clive in Final Fantasy 16, Cal in Jedi Survivor. I don't know his character because I haven't played Phantom Liberty, haven't played Alan Wake 2, haven't played Baldur's Gate, and then I know Yuri plays as Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2. So I would say it's between Yuri and Ben, and I think Ben Starr should get the award. Because here's the thing, right? Well, I bet all these actors and actresses do an amazing job at their performance. I feel like from what I've seen and what I've played, Ben Starr deserves Clive Rosfield. When you play through Final Fantasy 16, you can just feel the emotions that Clive is going through. Like, Ben Starr fucking kills it as Clive. Like, every time he's happy, he's, you know, he's fucking angry, he's upset, you can just hear it in his voice, and I think Ben Starr captures Clive perfectly. And again, I would say Clive was one of the reasons why I wanted FF16 so bad, is because he pulled off the character so amazingly. Like, you know, in the demo and in the full game, everyone in Final Fantasy 16 is great. But I think Ben Starr kills the performance. Yuri, he's not bad. He's not bad as Peter Parker. He's great too. But I feel like the reason why Ben Starr should get a little bit more credit is because Yuri plays as Peter Parker, and I have not met a single individual in my life who says they do not like Spider-Man. Like, Peter Parker has so much history and background that it's so easy to say that you can like him. And again, Yuri's performance is great. There's a lot of moments in Spider-Man 2 where, you know, you see, like, especially with the symbiote suit, Yuri... Sorry. There was a lot of moments in Spider-Man 2 where you see Yuri definitely pull off, like, the anger with the symbiote suit, or, you know, him having a good time with, I guess, some spoilers here for Spider-Man 2. You know, he's having a good time with MJ and Harry. You know, times where he gets really upset about certain things, where he's, like, you know, crying and he's just, you know, like, freaking out. You know, you could feel it. Yuri did a great job. He did do an excellent job as Peter, but I think since, you know, Clive Rosfield is the original character, and I don't know, I just think Ben Starr did an excellent job as him. So, Ben Starr, I hope you get the award. You deserve it. They all deserve awards, but this one's out to you, man. Next one. Innovation and accessibility. I'm actually going to say, I mean, Hi-Fi Rush has some accessibility options. I haven't played Diablo, Forza, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. I'm going to give it to Spider-Man, just because Spider-Man, like, Sony is you can say a lot of things about Sony, but Sony is really good about accessibility options. Whether you play The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War, a lot of their newer games, hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if Horizon has some. Like, there are a lot of accessibility options in Sony's games that is very, like, good for people who need them. And I think there are some that Spider-Man 2 has. I think with the swinging and, like, fall damage and, like, you know, subtitles and shit, like, there's a lot of options that Spider-Man 2 I know has, but obviously I don't know about a lot about the other games. So I'm going to say Spider-Man 2 probably will get accessibility. Oh shit, Games for Impact. I'm going to back up in the corridor because I have not played any of these games. Now, best ongoing game. Apex Legends, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy. Okay. I have never played Final Fantasy. I've I don't remember the last time I even played Genshin Impact. I wouldn't even say I'm a gamer of Genshin Impact. I've played it like a couple times. I don't play Apex Legends, so it's between Fortnite and Cyberpunk. I think Cyberpunk, you know, I think a lot of people criticize games nowadays for being released broken and buggy, and I definitely get, like, a lot of people, like, there are some people who I know who are still, like, upset with CD Projekt Red about Cyberpunk, but you gotta admit, with Phantom Liberty, they did a total 180 with that game. And besides, like, you know, charging Phantom Liberty, all the other updates have been completely free. You know, the bug fixes, the features, the add-ons, you know, and I know with Phantom Liberty, they totally changed some of the gameplay mechanics, and it's for free. Literally, it's free. You don't even need Phantom Liberty to access the new gameplay features. I mean, I think maybe for, like, last-gen consoles, you can't get them, but on new-gen consoles and PC, you can. So, I don't know. I mean, I think No Man's Sky won this award one year, and I think it's totally deserved. Like, I don't know. I think CD Projekt Red deserves it. Best community support. Ooh. I was just talking about how CD Projekt... Oh, and there's No Man's Sky. Oh, no. I've played some Destiny 2, but I'm not gonna lie, in recent time, I've heard a lot of people talk shit about Destiny 2 because of some decisions. I'm not gonna vote for it, because, I mean, I've played Destiny 2, I have it, but I don't really play as much as some other people. Obviously, not gonna talk about that, I don't know, here's the problem, is that Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky are such different games, I don't know which one I would rather want to vote for. Like, No Man's Sky, I feel like every, 2 months comes out with a new update for the game that adds things. But then it's like... But we're talking about best community support. Okay. While I applaud CD Projekt Red, can I speak much? For what they've done with Cyberpunk, I'm gonna give it to No Man's Sky. Literally, No Man's Sky has released all these updates for free. For free! Like, all these content updates for the game. And I just feel like you kind of have to, like, applaud them for their efforts with what they've been doing. Okay, best VR AR game. Here we go. Now, on this channel, I haven't really talked about VR games, like, at all. I don't think I've talked about them at all. But I am a huge VR nerd. I love playing games in VR. I enjoy them very much. It's kind of sad because I feel like a lot, maybe it's just platforms they release them on, but I just got a camera for my HTC Vive. My last camera broke, and I just got one for Christmas as like an early gift. So luckily on PC, I'm about to get back into playing some PC VR, but for console, at least for PlayStation, I did get the PlayStation VR, and it's nice, but I haven't really played it a whole lot since I got it, since there doesn't seem like be like a whole lot of games on there that I personally would enjoy. But I know a lot of people talk good things about Gran Turismo 7. I haven't played it though. Humanity I've seen, but I haven't played it. I've played these 3 others though: Call of the Mountain, Village, and Synops. Now, and I'm just gonna say right here, I'm not gonna vote for Village, just because while Resident Evil Village is my personal favorite Resident Evil game out of all the Resident Evils, and while I do love it being in VR, I definitely think games built for VR should win the award than just a VR mode. So, with that being said, it's between Call of the Mountain and Synops. Now, the thing is that Synops is really fun. For those of you who may not know, it's a game where essentially it's almost like a dungeon crawler where every level is like randomly generated, and you have a gun in one hand, you use telekinesis in the other, and you're able to pick up people and throw them, you're able to shoot them, and it's a game where I became really addicted to it. I even got the platinum for it. And it's a really fun game. It's really great. But Call of the Mountain, on the other hand, while I probably wouldn't play it as much as Synops, I think visually and technical wise, Call of the Mountain is... I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's like a fucking bus outside my place. What the hell? Call of the Mountain on a technical level is beautiful. It's a really well-made VR title, like AAA. It's really, it's I don't know. It's insane. It's one of those things where I'm trying to look at both of these and I'm like, alright, which one would I recommend to someone? Would I recommend Call of the Mountain or Synops? I'm gonna say Call of the Mountain. Just because while I think Synops might be maybe a little bit more fun to play through, and it is one of my favorite VR games, I think Call of the Mountain is like, it's almost like on there with like The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, or Half-Life Alyx, where it's like a AAA VR game that I feel like we rarely get like that often, and I think we need more games like Call of the Mountain, where it pushes the tech like forward, and also it's really fun to play. Best action game. Okay, for the best game in the action genre, focusing on combat, just on combat, Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2. I completely forgot about Dead Island 2 until just now. In this game, it's insane that we even got this game. Now, while I personally have some gripes with the game, since I love the first Dead Island so much, Dead Island 2's combat is insanely... This may be a hot take, but I think I enjoy it more than Dead Island 1 and Dying Light 1 and 2's combat. I think Dead Island 2 has the best combat in any, like, zombie game that's like Dead Island, if that makes sense. Like, first-person zombie game, I think it has the best combat and gameplay. And if we're looking at it just from that standpoint, I think it deserves it. Now, I bet, again, I've seen a lot of people play Remnant 2 and, like, Armored Core 6 and said they're good, but I think Dead Island 2 just nails it. I love it. Best action-adventure game. Damn, this is hard. I'm gonna say Resident Evil 4. I had to think for a second, but I think Resident Evil 4. It's a great action game. Oh my god, here we are. The game, the choice that I think I'm gonna be the worst at picking. Best RPG. Now, okay, here's the thing, right? Baldur's Gate 3, Sea of Stars can get out of here. I haven't played them. I've heard good things, especially about Sea of Stars, but yeah. Starfield, I think I put 10 hours into Starfield, and I got really bored of it. I don't know when's the next time I'm going to go back and play Starfield. It just wasn't for me, Chief. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go back and play it and realize how much of a masterpiece the game is. But, you know, until then, I'm just going to say Starfield, and I'm good. Now, Final Fantasy 16 and Liza P. I've been thinking about this decision specifically since these nominees were announced yesterday. And I'm going to pick... I'm just going to pick my vote, and then I'm going to say why I think so. While I think Final Fantasy 16 is a great game, and it should have been nominated for Game of the Year, I don't think it was the best RPG, at least out of the ones I played. Because here's the thing, right? What's an RPG? It's a role-playing game. And the thing is that while Final Fantasy 16 does have great combat and stuff, it's very limited on what it is as an RPG game compared to some of these other ones. Like, you can't even, like, okay, from the last time I played, you can't change Clive's clothes. He wears the same, like, 2 or 3 outfits throughout the entire game. You don't even get an option. You can't change, like, you know, you're always constantly switching between weapons, like swords, because you would get a sword, and then you go to, like, the shop and, like, the main HUD, and then you'll see a new sword there that has even better stats, so you buy that, use it for a while, and then you'll see a new sword that's in the shop, so you buy that, and you're constantly flipping through swords just with whoever has the best stats. I think they might have came out with an update to change the appearance of swords, but, you know, you get the point. The only real RPG elements in Final Fantasy 16 is the icon powers that Clive can use, which, while they do, like, mix up the gameplay and make it really fun, I think it kind of lacks in the RPG element side of being able to choose specifically what kind of character you want Clive to be. Now, Liza P, literally, there you can change his outfit, you can make him wear a mask, you can change the kind of weapon he uses, you can mix match and customize weapons, you can even choose the way you take down a boss or enemies, you can guard them, you can dodge them, you can counterattack them. You can choose to use summons or not. There are so many different ways you can play Liza P. And honestly, Liza P has been one of my favorite games this year. I'm surprised this also didn't get a nomination. Like, this game, I didn't even know it was coming out. Like, it kind of tackled me from the side, honestly. Like, I just got on and saw all my friends playing it when it came out. And I was like, huh, maybe I'll give it a try. I didn't even know it was a Souls-like game. And I love my Souls games, so I installed it, and yeah, it's one of my favorite games this year, probably. It's probably one of my favorite Souls games, honestly, now. Like, it's really fucking good, and I think it does deserve an award for what it did. And yeah, so I would say I feel like it should win Best RPG. It does a lot of things right as an RPG. It lets the player choose how they want to play the game, and also what kind of weapons they want to use, and also the Legion arm. It lets you choose if you want to use a Legion arm or not. And there's just so many things that this game does right. I can talk about Liza P for a while, but I'm just going to leave it off there. I love you, Final Fantasy 16. I think Liza P should get it. Best family game? I've only played Party Animals, so I guess we'll get that. I've only played Party Animals a couple times, but I'll choose that, I guess. Best sim. I heard Pikmin 4 was good, but I haven't. Best sports game. Am I coming to the end of this video? Best multiplayer game. Party Animals. Again, it's the only one I've played, so I'm just like, Party Animals. Party Animals. Oh, best adaptation. Oh, man. Jeez, okay, so Castlevania haven't seen. It's between these two. I think, while I do think The Last of Us does a lot, while I did enjoy The Last of Us, I think the Super Mario Bros. Movie, just because it's one of those things where I feel like the Super Mario Bros. Movie, you can always turn on and just have a fun time watching it, while The Last of Us, I feel like, is a game, well, it is a game. The Last of Us TV show is one of those things where you watch through it once, and I don't know, I feel like you don't get the same feelings for it as you do on multiple watch-throughs. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you do, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed The Last of Us TV show very much, but I think the Super Mario Bros. Movie just... Can I speak? I think the Super Mario Bros. Movie is just a fun thing to watch. I can always, like, I feel like with The Last of Us, you also kind of gotta commit yourself, since it's like, what, like, every episode's like an hour, I think, or close to an hour, and it's like, there's like 10 episodes, I think. I'm pretty sure. It's been a while. I haven't seen it since it came out. I think it has like 8 or 10 episodes, and they're all close to an hour long, so it's like, what, almost 8 to 10 hours long, so... While this is just a 2-hour movie, so I don't know. I think the movie should get it. Most anticipated game, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Final Fantasy VII is one of my favorite games of all time. I absolutely loved Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be peak as shit. I literally am super excited for this game. Hell, I might even make a video talking about it, or I might even make some videos on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Who knows? I'm super pumped for this game. You don't even know. I hope that's announced too. Maybe we'll get something about. Maybe we'll get a new trailer. Maybe a new gameplay trailer for Rebirth at the Game Awards. Who knows? I am super excited though for Rebirth. I hope you all enjoyed. I think I did a pretty good job. I think I did a pretty good job on voting this year. Voting for all these games. I voted. I think Resident. A lot of these I did twice. Like Resident Evil 4, I did twice. Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, and I think I voted for Tears of the Kingdom, Spider-Man 2 once. Then Star as Clive. Well, I guess 3 times then for Final Fantasy. Liza P. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's going to be upset that I didn't vote for these other things, but I just don't have any knowledge on them, so I felt like it was probably best that I didn't vote for them, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to vote for the Game Awards yourselves, you guys can just look up the Game Awards. I think you have to link your account, like your Twitter or something, to be able to actually vote those, so I guess just keep that in mind. I think you have to link your Twitter or, like, Facebook or something. So, yeah. I'm super excited for them. They come out, or the Game Awards happen on December 7th. That should probably be it's gonna be a huge night, probably, for gamers. So, yeah, I guess just let me know down in the comments if you guys are gonna watch them or not. And, yeah. I guess that's it for me for today. I love you all, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.